one part. There we have discussed about the root system in plant life. So today we will discuss about the shoot system. Okay, as we have discussed, there are two systems in a plant. One is under the ground and another is above the ground. So the system which is under the ground is known as root system, and the system which is above the ground is called as the shoot system. So already we have completed the part root system. We have discussed the type of roots and all. Today we will go for shoot system. Okay. So as we have discussed, shoot contains several parts. What are the parts that are the content of a shoot? The stem, leaf, bud, flower and fruit. Okay, we have discussed this part in our earlier video. So let's come to one by one. Each of the part we will discuss. So first, if we will talk about the stem, okay, stem is generally greenish in structure. The young stem, I am talking about the young stem. It is greenish in structure, and when it is grow older, it will be brownish in structure. So stems are negatively geotropic, negatively hydrotropic and positively phototropic. This also we have discussed. What is geotropic? Movement towards gravity, movements towards soil. What is hydrotropic? Movements towards water. What is phototropic? Movement towards sunlight. So stem always moves towards sunlight. You might have observed, if you will place a pot by your window side, you can observe that the stem will go out of your window. Why? In the search of sunlight. So stems are always positively phototropic because it always moves towards light for photosynthesis, and it is always negatively geotropic and hydrotropic because they do not go towards ground. Okay, so stems, as I said, they may be green in color in the young stage and they may be brown in color when they grow older. Now there are some parts in stems. There are leaves. Okay, what is the work of leaf? To undergo photosynthesis. There are flowers, as we have discussed. Flower undergo reproduction in plant. Okay, and there are some other terms that we will discuss today. So if you can see the diagram, here I have written node. Okay, so what is a node? If you can see, if you can imagine a sugar cane, okay, if you can imagine a sugar cane or a bamboo plant, you can see this kind of structure in the stem. Okay, these are called nodes. Okay, nodes, here I have written the definition also. Nodes are the region on stem where leaves, branches or buds get attached. Okay, you can see here these are the nodes. These are the nodes. So in nodes only the leaves gets attached or the branches get attached or the buds get attached. So these are the structure, we call it as nodes. Now you can find some gap in between the two nodes. This is a node and this is a node. You can find there is a space in between the two nodes. This space is known as internodes. Okay, here I have written internodes. The space between or the gap between two nodes are called internodes. Here also I have written the definition. The region between two nodes are called internodes. Okay, again I am repeating. Nodes are the region on the stem where all the leaves, branches and flowers, they all get attached to the node. Okay, and nicely you can observe it in bamboo plant or in a sugar cane. Generally this kind of stem they also bear nodes, but it is not visible properly. In bamboo plant you can have a clear view of nodes. So these nodes act for the attachment of leaf, branches and all. And in between the nodes we have a region that is called internodes. Internodes are the gap in between two nodes. The third term is leaf axil. What is leaf axil? You can see, if I will show you the close view, if this is a stem and this is a leaf, then we can call this as a leaf base. Leaf base means the place of the attachment of leaf to the stem. We call it as a leaf base. You can now find an angle. Okay, you can now find an angle in between the leaf base and the stem. Can you find this angle? Yes. So this is the stem. Okay, and in between the stem you can find the angle. Here I am drawing. Okay, this is the angle. Okay, this is the leaf base and this is the stem. In between the leaf base and the stem you can find the angle. We call it as leaf axil. Okay, leaf axils are the angles between the stem and the leaf base. But that I am showing you here. Okay. Yes, this is the leaf axil. So what is leaf axil? The angle between stem and the leaf base at the node. Leaf only get attached at nodes. So we can say that the angle between the stem and the leaf base is called leaf axil. So we have already discussed node, internode and leaf axil. Next come to birds. Okay, you can see here I have written two types of birds. Okay, this is one I have written axillary bird and here I have written terminal bird. So before discussing about this, let's talk about something else. Bird is generally of two types. What are the types of bird? First is a floral bird and the second is the vegetative bird. Vegetative birds always gives rise to leaves. You might have observed, before the growth of leaves, at first the leaf will emerge in the form of small bird-like structure. Then it will grow to a leaf. So that kind of bird we call it as vegetative bird. Here I have written the heading types of bird. Okay, vegetative bird that gives leafy branches. Vegetative birds are the birds that gives rise to leaf or leafy branches. Floral bird that gives rise to flower. Okay, floral birds are the types of bird that gives rise to flower. So these vegetative bird and floral bird may be positioned in the plant in two places. It may be at the top of the plant or it may be by the side of the plant. So if it is at the top of the plant, we call it as terminal bird. Top means suppose this is a stem and here if the bird will arise, we call it as a terminal bird. Okay, and if the bird will arise by the side means on the leaf axil. We have already discussed what is leaf axil. Okay, if the bird will arise on the leaf axil, we call it as axillary bird. Again I am repeating, there are two types of birds, vegetative bird and floral bird. Vegetative birds gives rise to branches and floral birds gives rise to flower. Both the vegetative bird and floral bird, they may be positioned in the plant as terminal or axillary. So what are the terminal birds? Terminal birds are the birds which are present at the top of the stem. Okay, suppose this is a stem, then here if it will give rise to a bird, that may be a floral or that may be vegetative. Generally, terminal birds are vegetative, generally, and axillary birds are floral birds. So here, terminal birds are the birds which are present at the top of the stem, and floral birds are the birds that are present on the leaf axil. Got it? So here we can see birds may be vegetative, it may be floral, it may be terminal or it may be axillary. Okay? So these are the things that all we have discussed. Again I am giving a short recap. We have discussed about stem. Stems are negatively geotropic and negatively hydrotropic. They are positively phototropic because they always move towards sunlight. On the stem, there are nodes. What are the nodes? Nodes are the rounded ring-like structure on the stem where all the branches, flowers or birds get attached. They are called nodes. If you have a bamboo tree in your home or any other time, you can observe, you can clearly identify nodes over the stem. Internode. Internodes are the gap in between two nodes. There are space in between two nodes, we call it as internodes. Leaf axil. Leaf axil is the what? It is an angle. You can see this is a angle in between the leaf base and the stem. This is the angle in between the leaf base and the stem. We call it as leaf axil. So if we will talk about birds, there are two types of birds, vegetative birds and floral birds. Vegetative birds gives rise to branches and floral birds gives rise to flower. Vegetative bird and floral bird may be positioned in two places in a plant. It may be terminal, that is, it may be at the top of the plant, or it may be axillary, that is, it may be positioned on the leaf axil. Okay, if it is present on the leaf axil, we call it as axillary bird. Okay, these are some terms that you need to understand. Again, go through the terms, and here I will send you the picture also. You just note down the notes. Now the last part is the function of stem. What are the functions of a stem? At first we can say support. Stems provide support to all the parts. What are the parts? To leaves, birds, flower, fruits and all. So stem is a medium for support in plants. Okay. Second, it provides maximum sunlight to the leaves. How? It produce branches, and it always produce branches in such a way that maximum sunlight can pass on to the leaves. One example I am giving you. Suppose you might have seen these kind of plants. These generally we get these kind of cone-like structure. Okay, they will form cone-like structure. These kinds of plants generally we can get in cold areas. So why they are like this structure? Why they are forming? You can take example of Christmas tree. Why they are forming a structure like this? Because the lower branches that are wide or larger in shape, then little smaller, and then too small. Because the top branches will easily get sunlight, and the lower branches cannot get in between this straight. So the lower branches are little large in structure so that the sunlight can be equally or evenly distributed throughout the plant. So it provides maximum sunlight to plant. The leaves are arranged in such a way that maximum sunlight can be gained by all the leaves of the plants. Transport of mineral and water from root to stem. It is a very important function of stem. What is the function? It takes the mineral and water from root and it sends the mineral and water up to the leaves. So it helps in sending the absorbed mineral and water from the root up to the leaves. Now leaves will store the mineral water and they will undergo photosynthesis. The fourth function is that the green stems undergo photosynthesis. Okay? The green stems, here I am talking about the young stems. I am not talking about the woody stems. The brown stem I am not talking. Here I am talking about the green stems. Generally, along with leaf, the green stems undergo photosynthesis. And photosynthesis is also helpful for plant for the storage of food. Last is some stems helps in the storage of food. You can take an example of potato. Potato is the best example for the storage for a stem which stores food. Actually, potato is a stem. Okay, it grows And you see a unique thing about potato, it grows underground. Okay, so potato is a stem which grows underground, and it is a stem which stores food. Okay, we generally we take it as our food. So these all are the function of a stem. So these all things we have discussed today. We have discussed the various parts present on a shoot, and we have also discussed the function of a stem. Just go through these topics and make a fair note of this. We will have our next class, and there we will read about the next leaf system. Okay, so prepare a note for this. We will have the next topic in our next class. Thank you.
Hello students, the topics that we have covered today, I just want to see you some of the parts of the plant in my garden. Here in this plant you can see clearly the nodes are visible. This is a node, this is a node, and this is another node. And the space in between the two nodes, you can see this is the internode. Okay, clearly it is visible in this plant. These are the nodes, and the space in between the node is the internode. Okay, some of the other plants I am showing in another plant. So here I will show you some other parts. You can see here. See here I am showing you the vegetative bud. Okay, is it clear? This is the vegetative bud. You can see this bud will give up leaf. Okay, this is a type of vegetative bud which will gives rise to a leaf. You can see small young leaves here. Okay, this is the vegetative bud, and this bud we can say as a floral bud. This is the floral bud. Okay, you can see here also we can see a vegetative bud. This is a vegetative bud. Okay, clearly you can see this, and this is the floral bud. Another thing I want to show you, see what is the position of this vegetative bud. It is on the top of the stem, means it is also the terminal bud. Okay, it is on the top of the stem, so also we can call it as a terminal bud. And here only in this stem you can see one floral bud arises by the side. Can you see? One floral bud arises from the side of the stem. This is the what? Axillary bud. This is the terminal bud which is on the tip of the stem. Okay, and this is the axillary bud which is by the side of the stem. Okay, also we can talk about the leaf axil. If we will talk about the leaf axil, then it is nothing but the angle between the leaf base and the stem. So you can see the leaf base and the stem. The angle between the leaf axil is called the angle between the leaf base and the stem is called leaf axil. So sometimes bud may arise from the leaf axil, and sometimes it may arise from the tip of the stem. If it will arise at the tip of the stem, we will call it as a terminal bud. If it will arise from the axillary position, then we can call it as a what? Axillary bud. Here we can see it arises from the axillary position, but it is terminal. Okay, it arises from the axillary position. Okay, so in your garden also you can see these many things by your own, and I hope you will discover some more things in plant, and do not forget to share me that things. Okay, so next some interesting things we will have in our next video.